and sponsors. So first and foremost, Sean from Fourscore, are you back on here?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. Hey, Sean, how are you, man?
Good, doing well.
There you go. There we go. Yeah. So, I mean, we're super excited to have you guys involved with the event. We've been doing some stuff with you guys in regards to, like, we have our big workshop tomorrow, which is exciting. So I'd love for you to share a little bit about yourself, Fourscore, and let people know about the workshop we have going on tomorrow. That is probably going to be very interesting for a lot of people.
Yeah, thank you. So my name is Sean Valley. I work for a law firm called Fourscore Business Law. Most of us on our team are actually based down in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is where I am. We have some other part-time or contractor people scattered around other areas as well, and have one full-time folk out in San Jose, California. We do a lot of work around different stages of startup and growing company development. A lot of our work tends to focus around venture capital financings or other financings. We do a lot of M&A work, and we also just serve a lot of outside counsel needs for our clients. But a lot of our clients we take from very early stages of growth all through the whole life cycle of their company. And so what we do is try to orient everything in our practice around the premise that ideas deserve opportunity. All of us tend to be people who are very motivated by ideas and ideation, coming up with new ways of solving problems in society. And that's really the main reason that a lot of us have gotten into the startup space. We like helping people who are coming up with new ideas actually turn those into something. So we like to think of ourselves as a vehicle for creating opportunities for those ideas. A lot of what we do tends to revolve around very different needs a lot of startups have. So a lot of the initial conversations that we have with people aren't even always around actual legal needs. It's around, what does your business look like? Where do you want to go? How do you actually think you can get there? And what's the most effective and efficient way to get there? So if any of y'all have any questions about any legal needs or just business needs that you might have and how to actually grow your business, feel free to reach out to any of us. We're happy to help and sit down and chat with y'all. My colleague Jesse Jones is actually going to be doing a presentation tomorrow during tomorrow's event about venture capital financing, and so he'll walk through both venture capital financing as well as other financing options that you have and the pros and cons of all those, and how you can strategize to get the most out of different opportunities in the financing space. So glad to be here, and hope you all have a great event.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sean. I'm putting the link right now into the chat for everyone for the workshop tomorrow. It's going to be free. I mean, Jesse, the founder of Fourscore, he's going to be going through all of the safes, convertible notes, all these different investment instruments that if you are raising money and you are trying to build a startup, you're going to need to understand what are the different ways to talk to investors, what's in the term sheet, what are all these things that you need, what's going to be best, whether it's safes, convertible notes, how all of these things are structured, and the different options that are out there. Because it can get a little bit complicated if you don't understand it. You're going to need to, especially as you start raising money and talking to investors, they're going to have questions, and you need to know your stuff as a founder. So this workshop is going to be massively important if anyone's out there raising money from venture, angel investors to VCs. It is free. It's going to be great. And you can check the link and sign up there. So thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate you guys being part of this. And you guys also are going to be doing, so the third place prize is also going to be getting a free consultation with you guys as well. So that's going to be a cool thing. So they'll get like a one-on-one kind of one-on-one, business law session there. So that's exciting as well. All right. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you guys coming on. All right. Next up, I'm not sure if Will is on or not. I can't remember seeing him if he came in. one of our other partners, Will Winter. I don't think he's on here yet, but he's one of our accounting partners. He's fantastic. He's been helping us, like Entre, a lot with all the different SBA loans that are going on right now. If you guys need any help with accounting or tax stuff, just reach out to us. Everyone in Entre gets a 20% discount on all that stuff, and he gears everything to startups and whatnot. And the last person that we're gonna have talk here before we kick things off is Jordan. Jordan, are you on? He's gonna talk real quick about Fourscore. There, Jordan?
Hey everyone. Thanks Michael for the introduction and for hosting this event. Everything you guys do is great. I'm actually repping one of your shirts
there
now.
we go. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. North Star Entre's really great. Everybody, I really recommend checking out more of your guys' events. And Sean, that thing sounds really interesting. Some first-time entrepreneurs especially could really use the kind of guidance that a lawyer can give, especially as it relates to terms on a sheet. I guess I can tell you guys a little bit about my company, North Star Venture Partners. We're an investment bank that is focused on startups, where all founders, all the members of the company are former entrepreneurs, and we just get really excited about all these different new technologies and new companies. We've worked on deals in everything from CPG to esports to e-learning, and just get really excited about doing deals. So if you're looking to buy up a business, to grow your company, to invest in it, or to sell your company, we'd be happy to help. And I can drop some information in the chat here for anyone who wants to reach out about getting some help. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan. Yeah, I mean, Jordan's in New York. He's tied into the New York startup scene too. So if you guys are in New York, he's definitely going to be a great person to connect with. And really appreciate you being a part of this, Jordan. Thanks so much for coming out.
Happy to.
Got it. Alrighty. Okay, I think we're right on schedule here. There's one more person. I think he just came in. I was looking for him earlier. I think Philip.
Yeah.
Are you on here? Okay.
Yeah, I am. Hi guys. You know what's a pity because it just turned midnight, and I was willing to show you my hometown here, but they just started to turn off the lights, and you're gonna see probably just a black hole behind me. But it was just so beautiful. I know it's not New York skyline, but I was I'm Philip, and I'm calling you from Warsaw, Poland. And I think it's just amazing to be here with you tonight, being so far away. I represent Ideamotive, partner of Entre. You guys are pulling off a great job. Thanks for that. And we build software for startups, and possibly startup like yours. And very often I hear from our clients that building web pages, mobile apps, software in general is one of the most expensive things on their budget. And so it was for our client, B Universe from New York City. They had multiple software providers from around the globe, South America, Asia, Eastern Europe. But after a year working with us, they became our unique provider. Why? We believe it's because our engineers are no different than those from American universities, but they're twice as cheap. The only downgrade here is the 6 hours time difference you can see behind my back, and the fact that I have to stay up late to talk to you tonight. But does it really make sense to pay double to just work in the same time zone? So if this all sounds interesting to you, and you guys think you could benefit from having software development in reasonable prices, just give me a call. And what I've done for this amazing community already, I decided to do one more time for first 5 people to schedule a call with me. There is $500 coupon on our services, software and graphics design for startups. And Mike's probably just putting a link right now in the chat, as I know him. So thanks for that. And I'd be just happy to talk to you about this software strategy, or just have a morning chit chat with you and find some common ground where we can help each other. Also, I know there is going to be some amazing speakers tonight, some startup founders, and if you're willing to build technology for your company soon, just make sure you work with trustworthy people. And if you found some like that, but you're not sure about their technical knowledge, you can reach out to me as well. We do technical audits and recruitment processes, and we can just help you out to figure out if they're good or not. And just one last thing, Mike and I next Thursday with Entre, we're doing a webinar, a workshop on how to build an app without technical people at all, without having technical team members. So check it out. I hope it's going to be very informative. I hope we have a lot of experience to share how to do that. So join us next Thursday. It's next Thursday, right, Mike?
Yeah.
And like looking forward to see you next Thursday and hopefully talk to you before in a call. So it would be great to just have a quick call with you and see what we can do for each other. So speakers, I cross my fingers for you. Good luck. Remember, you're the best, and can't wait to see the show.
Thanks, Philip. Yeah, you said it all. I just dropped the link for people to book a call. Definitely take advantage of the $500 offer for Entre for the event. It's first 5 people, but the second place person, the second place company is also going to be getting a credit too as the
exactly first serve, first come, but there is a place for 5 people.
Exactly. And I'm going to drop a link right now as well for the workshop. Again, it's going to be a free workshop. If you're building an app or software, or you're trying to build it and you're just starting out, definitely join us for the workshop. We're going to go through how to do it, what are the best processes to do that, how like non-technical co-founders like myself, I don't know how to code or anything, but we're building an app, and we're working with Ideamotive as well, and on some of our projects and stuff. So definitely take advantage of it, and thank you, Phil, for being a part.
Yeah, absolutely. It still looks kind of cool, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, it definitely does. It definitely does.
Yeah. Take care.
All right. Okay. Well, without further ado, what I want to do real quick is introduce our judges. And I'm going to have them, I want them to give themselves a spotlight, introduce themselves, their background, what types of investments they're due, and all sorts of things. And we can kick things off with Scott. Scott's one of our investors at Entre. He's an advisor for us. He's a phenomenal guy. He's been a part of our network for a while now and helps out a lot of the companies within our network as well. So Scott, you wanna kick things off and share your story?
Sure. Hi, my name is Scott Kalick, and I have had a 30-year journey as a business owner, entrepreneur. I've negotiated a successful exit from my company, and I've joined with Michael and several other companies as both a angel investor, advisor. I personally like to work with companies that I can work with and help them grow.
Can you hear
kind of the way that I've grown.
No, I'm not talking about. There's a plane outside.
God, if you guys, all right, we should be good. We should be good now, Scott. Let me make sure you're there. You go. Sorry,
Okay.
I wanted to make sure everyone was muted.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I personally like to invest in companies that I can work with directly and help them take their next steps and grow, and hopefully follow the same journey that I did or similar to it. I'm also a life, business, and success coach. I've, after selling my company, I completed a program, where I got certified as a coach, a life coach, and a business coach, and I work with other companies as well, just helping them take their next steps and getting clarity on really what they want to create in their lives and their businesses. So, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, Scott. We're glad to have you a part of this. Next up, let's have Michael Weiser. Are you on?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. And yeah, I'd love for you to share more about yourself and everything. I know we've been connecting a lot. You've been a big, help for Entre, and helping, advise and, just get involved with some of the events that we've done. So we'd love to hear, you tell your story and,
Okay.
share with everyone your background.
Well, thank you very much, Michael, and thanks to Jimmy as well, who I haven't seen here yet, but both of you doing great things, and it's really exciting to be part of this community. I wear many, many different hats, but let me just start by saying that I was a serial entrepreneur. I founded 6 different companies. Some were successful, most of them were failures, but you learn a lot, and it really, entrepreneurship is in your blood. The 2 main things that I do are, number 1, I am a venture lawyer. I'm a small business lawyer. I work with parties on both sides of the investor table. So if you're thinking of Shark Tank, I work with the early stage companies to help them convert great ideas into successful businesses, to help them go cradle to grave and scale and become investor ready. And I work with the investors as well to help them do due diligence, to assess what their deal flow is, and to basically not only lawyer for the purposes of covering your butt, but also how do you use legal services or legal work to implement business strategy? Because that, I think, is the most frustrating thing to a lot of small businesses, is that lawyers don't really understand business. And bringing that background to the table, where you look at an agreement and say, you know what, yeah, you're protected here, but how do we implement basically strategies that are going to increase your revenue and make your company more valuable and give you monthly recurring fees and all kinds of things like that. That's you don't find too many lawyers that do that. So that's my differentiator. The other thing I'd like to point out is that, and the reason why I'm here today, is I'm the co-owner of a angel investing group called Westchester Angels. So the Westchester Angels were located in Westchester County, and we have been around for several years. We invest in, we're more like a club than a fund, meaning that we have a couple dozen members who make their own determination as to if they want to make a check or not, or write a check or not. And what we do is provide deal flow to those members. And we also do the due diligence to help them work their way through these deals. Just to give you an idea of what our sort of investing philosophy is that we are basically industry agnostic. We'll invest in just about anything, but it needs to be in the sort of seed or Series A round, and we don't take an entire deal. We're never a lead investor. We'll put in anywhere from about 50 to 150 grand collaboratively with other angel groups and with other independent investors. The only criteria that we have is that we're looking to increase our local market and basically help community entrepreneurs. So we only make investments in companies that have some kind of location in the New York City metro area. So if you can hop on a commuter train and be in the city, then we're interested in working with you. But of course, I like to be a resource. There's a lot of people actually I could see already on the call that I've collaborated with in a lot of different ways. I love business and I love speaking with people and networking, and I do a lot of workshops for, I'm an entrepreneurship professor at Westchester Community College, so I like to be out there, and I love working with Mike and Jimmy, and with the things that they're achieving are spectacular. So thank you all, and I look forward to seeing the pitches. Thank you.
I muted myself. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, it's awesome to have you involved with another one of our events. It's fantastic. Allison, are you on? You want to share your story and give a quick background?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Allison Medina. I'm the founder of Tech Ladies. I'm excited to hear about Westchester Angels because I'm from Westchester originally, but now I live in New York. So I started Tech Ladies, which is both a business and a community. We're a community of about 100,000 women who work in tech. Started about 5 years ago, and it's completely bootstrapped. We do about $1 million a year. So I learned a lot how to bootstrap from nothing to build something pretty big with a really super lean team. That's generally what I'm into, like profitability, how you can do a lot with a little, What does it mean to be scrappy? Those are the things I look for in my own investments. So I just recently started angel investing. I am very new to it. And I made my first 2 investments this year, focusing a lot on underrepresented founders or founders who just like don't fit in with, maybe they would be less likely to be seen and recognized by super large VCs. But yeah, that's sort of my thesis around it, is looking for people who are scrappy and smart and do a lot with a little, and are using venture capital in a very smart and strategic way. Since that was never the path for Tech Ladies, we just did it bootstrapped. I think that there's something to be said about both, and figuring out what's right for your company is something else that I'm really interested in too. So those are all things I'm happy to talk about, along with hiring, which we do. Our website is hiretechladies.com. We work with a lot of companies to help them hire women from our community. We also do a lot of programming for women in the community. We have weekly webinars, a really active job board, great newsletter, things like that. So it's free to join if anybody on this call wants to join or share that with people as well. So that's sort of my overview.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, we love what you're doing. We found and connected on Twitter originally, and I was like, oh my gosh, you would be perfect for the pitch competition. And I definitely want to do more events and get your community involved, because we're all for, like, we just did a women's event back in April. It was like awesome. We're doing a diversity event coming up. So like, we definitely want to like be supportive, you know, for underrepresented founders and everything. So it's awesome what you're doing, and we're so thrilled to have you as a part of the event.
Thanks for having me. This is so fun.
For sure. All right. Thanks, Allison. Connor, let's bring you up next. Are you on board? And let's share a little bit about your background here before we get into the pitches.
Absolutely. What's up, guys? First, I would like to say thank you to Mike and the Entre team for putting this together. I'm a principal at Rosecliff Ventures here in New York. We are a stage and industry agnostic firm. Collectively, across our 6 funds, we manage about $750 million now to this point. And our strategy is pretty simple. We're definitely people-centric and thesis-driven. And that thesis is really just to provide instant, impactful value to the companies that we look to get involved with. Typically, always looking to lead rounds, just because we have the capacity to write checks. Really focusing seed and Series A, but for you know, anywhere from 500,000 to 1.5 million is probably where we'll come in and play. But each fund has a different strategy in terms of where it'll deploy as well. So we have 2 seed funds, a Series A fund, a growth equity fund, and a pre-IPO fund as well. And really, what it comes down to for us again is just people-centric, believing in the founding team, believing that we can leverage our CEO's personal network, which is really heavily tied to finance, particularly investment banking, wealth management, and commercial real estate. But really, we believe that any entrepreneur we really develop a relationship with and get to know, we could provide impactful value. And that's really what it comes down to for us. Myself, I've been with Rosecliff now for 3 years. I'm actually the 3rd employee. And for me, it's really just managing investor relations and presenting deal flow packages to the partners to make decisions. Today, we are impacted by COVID and kind of taking a smaller approach to deploying capital in terms of new deals, but really focusing on the portfolio as a whole. But I am using this opportunity now to obviously judge some great entrepreneurs, some great companies, some great teams, and looking to make these connections because we will be really looking to deploy capital in the future, hopefully soon.
Thanks, Connor. Yeah, that's awesome, man. So it looks like we hit the 100-person mark here, and our last judge is having some trouble getting in. We're going to be upgrading our Zoom here real quick as we look to add her in. So we're going to start. We're going to start the first pitch just with our 4 judges here. Hopefully Dia is able to come in here soon. And we're going to be, hopefully it doesn't take long to upgrade our Zoom, or we might have to have someone from our team drop out so that she can come in. But we're going to kick things off. I don't want to, hold us up here. And we can just do the first one with 4 judges. So if everyone can, okay, it looks like She might be okay. Let me see if she just came in here. Yeah, it looks like she's still out. Okay. So Michael from RoboDuels, are you on and are you ready to kick things off here?
Hi, yes, I'm ready. I should share my screen, right?
Yeah, let's give it, let me make sure everyone's set. Do all the judges, you should have just gotten access to the Google Sheet, which has the scoring sheet on it. If you check your emails, you should see a Google Sheet with the same scoring sheet that we sent you previously. Okay, it looks like we're all good. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, Michael, if you want, yes, please share your screen, and then basically for all the teams that are going to be presenting, it's 5 minutes to do your pitch, and then 5 minutes for the judges' Q&A. Okay. Now we are going to be pretty tight on the 5-minute mark, so you'll see me holding up a 1 at 1 minute, just to give you guys a warning. And then what is going to happen is I'm going to start clapping right at the 5-minute mark, and that will be the shut off. So hopefully you guys have practiced and we're ready to go, and we're going to keep that 5 minutes, and everything should be good. So I'll let you present your screen. It looks like everyone should be able to see it, and we should be good to go. So whenever you're ready, I'll start the clock, and we'll kick things off here.
All right, well, ready? Thank you guys for hosting an event. My name is Michael Isaacov, and I'm the founder and CEO of Guardian Robotics Incorporated. Now, we have a big problem here with COVID-19, and even outside of that. A lot of robotics, drone, and huge RC clubs are either postponed or shut down for the year. Now, that includes battle bots, that includes big racing leagues, and one of the things is that there are millions of people who watch this, but so few that can actually participate and access it, even though they play games. And that's because it's just so high tech. So what we've done is we've created a software that enables you to control any robot in the world with super low latency, real-time video, real-time audio, and super smooth control. It's amazing. Now, what about the timing for this? Well, it looks like big robotics players right now are back in gaming. It's a very high volume, low cost, and developed market that has proven models in revenue. And you just have to look at China and the top Chinese companies, and they're investing a lot in this. So how does this fit into the greater overall market strategy? Well, if we focus on gaming, we could see that it's such a really developed market, over $100 billion in cap. And if we focus on there with robotics, we could actually siphon it as a method into dominating robotics. Because there's so many smaller markets that are just growing that if we focus on gaming and develop assets there, that could really translate into long-term growth. So we're not a 10-year company, we're a 20, 30-year company. So what's our secret sauce? Well, you take these events like BattleBots, Drone Racing League, which right now is exploding, and you put it into our software, all of a sudden, all those millions of people that watch that can now participate. And we did just that. We launched a reality gaming platform called RoboDuels, where you can play video games in real life. So the first game that we made in our beta is called the RoboDuels Sumo game. So you have a bunch of robots, you connect to one, and you have to push them off an arena. We've patented this entire methodology because we fully automate the games, we fully judge the games. There's a whole system to this. And the economics of it are somebody pays a fee to enter into the match, and the winner gets the pot minus a small percentage. This is a view of the game that we have. This is a first-person view of one of the robots in our in-game view. It's really, really fun to play. And then this is the arena cam. And you can switch between the cameras. It's super real-time. We tell you who wins, who loses, and then the game resets by itself. So what does our traction look like? Well, we've had over 8,000 users in the past 1.5 months, and we've reached those users with only $300 in ad spend. And we've proven that our model works, And from our alpha to our beta, better games yield all around better numbers. On an hourly basis, because we don't run this game every day, we run it a very few hours throughout the week, we've proven that our revenue model works. We ran over 4,000 games and paid out over $1,000 in prizes. And our conversion rates look amazing, especially considering we're desktop only. We don't even do mobile yet. And if you take these unit economics and financials and you try to build a model, you'll see that one arena can run 100 games for a 4-player sumo match. Now, if we're running that 24/7, that's a very, very profitable business for every single arena. On a square footage basis, we can be making a lot of money. And if you make better games, these numbers get even better. So one of the unexpected things we found is that people actually want to use our platform and our software. So that's kind of the advantage that we have, kind of like Steam or Unity, where we're the host. So we've had a company pay us $5,000 just for an API key, and they're paying us $150 a month. It's a drone company. On the other hand, we've had an RC racing league that's making a huge investment in a real life game, and we've gotten 25% of their business, and we're their exclusive provider of an API key. And we have all of these entrepreneurs who are buying our arenas and making their own self-hosted games. So we see a lot of opportunity all across the board. Now, right now, the industry is scattered and developing. So right now is the perfect time to strike. We're fully bootstrapped. We're the main entity in North America that's handling this, and we have a patent to protect it. And no one beats our software. So where do we go from here? We have to graduate bootstrap mode. That means we have to get better internet, automate our games, and then fully focus on the software. We have to go mobile, because that's the key investment we have to make, because 80% of our users are on mobile, and we have to automate these games so people can play 24/7. That's going to increase our conversion by 5 times, 10 times. This is our team. We have a very highly skilled technical team that has a lot of business experience. I myself, I'm a second-time founder, and we found that we're able to attract a lot of talent to this company that you otherwise wouldn't, because it's just
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Sorry, we had to wrap things up, but that was great. Wonderful. What we're gonna do right now is open it up for judges to ask questions for another 5 minutes. So Scott, Michael, Allison, Connor, I think Dia should be in. We just upgraded our Zoom, so she should be on here now. I don't know how much of that she caught, but
yeah, hi, I'm on. I just saw the last couple of pages.
Okay. All right, so we'll have to have you not vote for this one, just so we don't give RoboDuels a bad score, since you weren't able to hear the whole thing. But Scott, Michael, Allison, Connor, do you guys have any questions for RoboDuels?
Yeah, I guess I'll start us off. So Michael, I'm curious what the investment is. How much are you looking to raise, and what are you going to use the money for?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I'd be happy to go into detail on that. Right now, we're looking. We have a few action plans at different kind of investment numbers. Our ideal investment point would be around $2 million in total, because we have international competitors that have done very similar numbers, and we have a plan, a very detailed plan in place to really optimize and multiply shareholder value. And I'd be happy to share that with you and get into the nitty gritty. But yeah, around $2 million would be our sweet spot.
What is your revenue model? I mean, what's your top line management team look like? What type of salaries, and what's your revenue model? Yeah.
So our primary revenue model really just stems from our software, and that's implemented in the games. So we run games where it's a skill-based tournament. So people pay an entry fee, and the winner collects a cash prize, which is the pot, minus a fee. So we're in the game of optimizing the number of games per hour and filling up the arenas. And since we're also monetizing this based on the software, we can give the access to the software to other people. And we've had that just happen unexpectedly. So we built this tool in that we could share it, and people all of a sudden started asking for it. And we've started being able to sell licenses for thousands of dollars for that. In terms of expenses, we have a fully remote team, and I'm putting all my own money into this, and you know, that's basically it. The salaries are relatively competitive for international engineers, so we have very, very low burn rate, and yeah. The revenue model really is the games. I think that has the biggest potential right now, because it's just such a developed market with such known ways of monetization.
I'd like to follow up with on Scott's question, which is, can you give a little bit more depth in your description of the team? Because the 6 faces I saw on your slide just seem like they're all the tech people, and I'm just curious what kind of
So,
other people you have that are involved.
Yeah. So we have an advisor who is a former vice president of a large gaming company, and she's also the CEO of an SDK gaming platform that was featured in Unity. So we have that advisor. We also have one of our advisors and people that we have on standby to join us is someone who has a lot of marketing and business development experience, and he's worked with me in the past on my first company, Wooter, and I was the co-founder of that company, and that company right now has 20 employees and has made over $10 million in sales. So this is not my first rodeo, and we're a highly technical business. Like, think of it as like Microsoft back in the day. There's a reason the CEO had to be somewhat technical, and the beginning team was a little technical, because we're really the better game and the better software we make, we're kind of just attracting business because what we do is so innovative and so interesting and fresh. So we kind of have that advantage to us that we don't really have to put too much into the marketing, as long as we do a great job presenting it. But as with the funding, we definitely have a group of people on board who we want to bring on that are going to fully dedicate themselves to that, because we have this all laid out, and that's a huge part of building a game.
Hey, Mike.
Quick question. How big is this? I have never really heard of this before, so I'm wondering, so who's your, I guess it's another way of asking it is sort of who's the target customer?
Yeah.
Who's your ideal person to use this, and how popular is this?
Yeah. So right now, this is a sumo game. So mostly we have 25-year-old males on average who are into robotics and gaming that join us. And they're very casual gamers, and they always have something in the DIY space or in the hobbyist space, some interest there. And we're building a kind of behind the scenes another game that we really think will cater to a very large part of the esports audience. And as we progress, we see that I think we can really bring on a lot of people from gaming, casual gamers and really hardcore gamers all across the board. Because building an esport, building a gaming brand, you really have to have a really good game. So kind of for us to 10x, that's what we have to focus on.
Hey, Mike, just in regards, I guess it's pretty cool because I'm actually a gamer, so I see where you're coming, and I'm a longtime BattleBots fan. But in regards to just the UI and controlling the bots, selecting a course, how do you plan on expanding upon what you've got now? Yeah,
so we're going to go game by game. And there's a lot of experiments that we can do within that. But fundamentally, the game is its own kind of assembled unit. And the cost of goods is rather low, and the assembly process is very, very streamlined right now. So the way we would kind of expand it is, think of us having a warehouse of some sort somewhere in Nevada or in Texas, and where the land is very cheap. And all of a sudden now we can kind of multiply these arenas over time and strategically scale with demand. And where we see ourselves is building the best games. The same way as Valve built Counter-Strike and that launched Steam. Now all third-party developers are putting their games on there. That's what we see is going to happen with us. And we're going to make 1 or 2, maximum 3 really, really top-of-the-line games. And that's going to really feed our platform.
Got it.
Okay. That's, we went a little over 5 minutes, but I wanted to finish up the question. So, Michael, thank you so much. That was awesome, man. RoboDuels is sweet. I wish you guys the best of luck. We'll give it a couple minutes here for the judges to fill out their scorecards. If you could, end the share screen on your end, that'd be great. and we'll be able to bring up our next team here. Do all the judges, you guys are all good with the scoring sheet and everything? You have all your tabs on the bottom. So you each have a tab to do the scoring. So you're not putting it all in the same row there. Good? Okay. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Okay. All right, we're going to bring up our next team here. And we have, excuse me, Eat to Explore. Rowena, are you here? Should be good. Are you on? Okay, you're
I am.
There we go.
So do I share screen? Yes.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Yep, I can see you. Perfect. I don't see your screen
Can you see my
yet.
screen? Hold on.
And if you...
Hold on.
Yep, there we go.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, wonderful. I want to give the judges a couple more minutes here before we get started,
Gotcha.
just so they can fill out and score RoboDuels. Also, for people maybe who couldn't come in or came in late, we are going to be doing at the end. We are going to put up a poll at the end for the attendees to vote on their favorite as well. So the winner is going to be based on the judges and their scoring, but we wanted to do something cool just for the attendees as well in that regard. So what we're going to do, since Dia wasn't here, Dia, are you on now? And do you want to quickly introduce yourself real quick before Rowena starts?
Yeah, sure. Apologies for that. Just so everyone knows a bit about me, I work for Looper Systems, where I do investing in the media and tech sectors, as well as security and deep tech and impact investing. And we are agnostic in terms of our size range. So we go from pre-seed all the way through later stage investing. And Looper is a new fund we launched about a year ago. And have sort of done a variety of investments. And so just really looking forward to learning more about the opportunities here today.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's get back to, you should see, okay, there we go.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, everyone, we should be able to see her screen. I mean, I see it. We should be all good if people can let us know in the chat. Also, since she was, our fifth judge wasn't there for the first pitch RoboDuels, what we're gonna do on the scoring is give each team the top 4 scores, okay? So that way it kind of evens the playing field, so where one team doesn't have only 4. So thank you guys. Again, if you're just coming in, thanks so much. And Rowena, whenever you're, I think that Scott, Michael, Allison, are you guys all good? Do you have your scores in? Connor, is everybody, are we good?
Yeah, I shared my score, so it should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. So I'm gonna get the stop clock set up, and Rowena, whenever you're ready, we can kick things off.
Okay, welcome. I'm Rowena Scher, founder and CEO of Eat to Explore. Basically, we want you to explore the world in your own kitchen. And hold on. Oops. Sorry. There you go. Start again. So what is Eat to Explore? We are an educational food and culture explorer box, inspiring families to cook, taste, and discover different world cuisines. And what we want to do is get your hands dirty, come together, learn about a culture, and then cook the cuisine. And food is always a great connector for cultures and different countries. And with our single box, you can learn math, science, history, geography. So, really trying to connect family together. As you know, with all the technology these days, we are all, including the parents, are just busy with our phone, our laptop, our iPads. When you cook together, you kind of come together, you talk about things, and you get your hands dirty, which means no technology for a little period of time, and everyone still needs to eat. So why not do it together and learn about the different culture of the world? So, so there are competitors out there, but nothing. So we're not really a meal kit. We don't provide the fresh ingredients. We actually provide the educational material, recipe cards, spices and sauces, which is what makes us so unique than other companies out there. So what's in a box? A box is, there's only 3 recipes. There's spice sauces, there's a shopping list for the fresh ingredients. So if you're a vegetarian, you can just buy vegetables, and we give all different alternatives. If you're gluten-free, if you have any allergies, it's always, you know, we cater for all kind of dietary restrictions. There's country brochure, a little passport to track, activity sheets for kids, and all the steps are easy, and it's not too spicy, and people really enjoy the flavors. It's available on our website as well as eattoexplore.com, as well as online retailers like Amazon. We just got accepted to be on the Amazon subscription platform. We're also on Uncommon Goods, Zulily, Stone Barn, Farm Stand. Dan Barber is a big fan. And the way you can explore is you can just buy a country. We have 19 different countries to explore, or you can do a continent, which is 4 continents. You get it in a limited subscription of 4 months, or you can explore the world, which is a 12-month subscription where we do a different featured country. Hold on. What happened here? Oops, sorry. Here. So who are our customers? Parents, grandparents. It's great. Grandparents give holidays is a big time for us. A lot of gifts of the world. Like I mentioned before, we are on online retailer, gift stores, homeschools, and virtual schools, and Girl Scouts are using us as well. And we are accepted vendor for several states: California, Alaska, Arizona, Michigan, Texas, where they use state funds to buy our boxes to use it as their learning platform. Military families, diplomats use us as well. We also started talking to grocery stores. We started one with an online grocery called Harvest in New York. As you know now, with the COVID, everyone is homeschooling, everyone is cooking. We definitely see a spike in our demand. And we are also doing a lot of charitable work as well, where we are working with schools to help the school kids continue learning and cooking and eating healthy. What happened here? Oh, sorry. That's our team. So this is kind of our key performance indicators. We've been around for a year and a half now. Since Q4, our revenue has increased, you know, quite well. Our CAC, as you can see, it's kind of average. Our long-term value is pretty high, very low churn. We have really loyal customers, and this is my team. I'm the only, I'm the sole founder. Everyone is either freelancers or consultants. I have only 2 part-time employees, so very lean team, but everyone is very focused on our mission and completely supportive. We are very focused on education, so we do have educator on staff that help me produce all the materials. And with the COVID, we have actually ramped up our educational material. So now they
so much.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, we're over 5 minutes. Yeah, we're.
All right, that's it.
We want to keep.
Explorable.
Yeah, sorry. We want to keep things moving. Thank you.
I'm done anyway.
That was great. Judges, do you guys have? We have another 5 minutes for questions. So please share your questions for Rowena and E2Explore.
Sure, Rowena. What's your profit margin? How much does it cost to produce the goods, and how much are you making with each $34 package?
Our gross margin is between 60 to 80%.
Wow.
Rowena.
Because it's, yes.
Oh, sorry, no, please continue.
No, like I said, we are very lean, and this is gross margin. So I'm spending a lot on Facebook marketing, on digital marketing. And also just hired a high-profile PR firm that, because of the situation, I pay a fraction of what I would normally pay, and I'm getting now boxes to celebrities and chefs.
Just
and
curious.
Rowena, what kind of like testing or how much traction have you already had with the product?
With the what? Oh, with the product?
Yeah. Where are you basically in your stage of development?
If you can see, this is our. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention we have won several awards. We actually won 4 family top goal awards for parents, and have been published in different, and actually just won the FedEx business grant as well. We are growth stage. This is our revenues. It started in October 2018, and we have ramped up quite a bit in the last year and a half. And definitely our target revenue this year is definitely going to be about $1 million.
Sorry if I missed this, but is this a subscription, like a 1-year?
Yeah, you can buy a single box, or you can buy a limited subscription. So it's a year or 4 months, and people like that, or you can just subscribe every month. So it's a real flexibility of, try us for a 1 box, and if you like it, get a longer subscription. And we just did a starter kit bundle where they try for 2 countries with like an apron, and pretty much I would say 70% of them come back and buy it the whole year. So.
Is your product
Rowena,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Michael.
I was just going to say that, first of all, it's a very crowded marketplace. I've seen a lot of pitches for different food products like this, or food services and subscriptions. And when you have something that you rely on just an enormous amount of eyeballs to have a scalable growth business, you need to invest a lot of money. So have you thought about how you're going to build up this user base, in the early stages to get from, 60,000 to 1 million? Like, what does that look like?
So I think it's crowded in the meal kit space. I was looking at all my competitors. We are really an educational product, just using food as a connector. And if I look at my competitors, I mean, going back to that page, it's the real competitor, I would say Reddish Kids or Little Passport or Cubico, where it's not, and we constantly bump into each other, but we are different than them. And it's still educational, but it's not just food. People buy us not just for making a meal. It's like, how do I learn about what's in Ethiopia? What do they celebrate? What language do they speak? And then you just opened up a big conversation. It's the experience rather than just a meal. So how do I ramp up to 1 million revenue? I don't see us needing to grow our support team. Like my marketers are, they're all doing great. Everyone is freelance. I would probably need to look at third-party 3PL if I do start to grow a little bit bigger. But right now, we have our co-packers, we have a machine that just came in, so that can easily ramp up. With the new machine, that's where I'm gonna spend the money, is to invest in getting the production ready to make thousands and thousands each few weeks. And the machine will do it. So that's where the money's going. Is to like redo all our pouches. Everything is from it's cut, it's sealed. The machine does do everything, and that would take a lot of labor out of it. It's just a matter of packing it together.
Okay.
And Rowena, is there something that makes your ingredients different to other competitors?
So the unique thing about it is it's not really any different, but not many people can just, street recipe is a great way to experience a country. So how many companies are there that have 19 different countries with spices and flavors at the same time? I mean, you know, most people, you go to a supermarket, you go to McCormick, and you have to get thyme, and you get a sumac, and then you have to get this. But we already blend it for them. So it's like you can go to Morocco and have a tagine, and there's already the tagine enough for 4. And if you like more, you can either get it. So we do sell just the spices and sauces at minimal price, so they can repeat it again. So it's also, frankly, helping the food waste, because instead of buying bottles of fish sauce, which I'm only going to use 1 drop, you know, why bother, right? So like you're gonna buy a big tub a bottle of sumac, for instance, and you're just gonna get a teaspoon. So it's like you reduce your need for all the different spices and the sauces. Just, you know, try ours. If you like it, then make the investment. Otherwise, don't do it. But I have a chef who's a customer who said, every time I try a box, I'm still learning new skills. I'm still learning new flavors. So we do have a good following of customers.
That's okay. I'm going to have to cut off the questions there. Thank you, Rowena, so much for your pitch. That was amazing. If you don't mind unsharing your screen here, and then we'll give the judges a couple minutes to do their vote. You know, thank you so much for being a part of it. I'm going to bring up the next company. We have Paqt. Anatoly, are you on here?
Yep. May I share my screen?
Yeah. Let me see if we can bring you up.
How can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Michael.
Let me. I think I'm pinned. So there we go. Oh, you got the suit on. You're looking
right
professional. All right.
Talking about agreements today, so.
Awesome. Yeah, I can see and hear you good. I think we're all set. Okay, your screen sharing. Okay, I can see that. We'll give it another couple seconds here until the judges are good, so they can do their scores and devote their full attention to you here.
For sure.
Okay. Okay, it looks like almost done. Connor's finishing up. Everyone else is pretty much done. Okay, great. Yep, okay. Anatoly, whenever you're ready, I'll get the clock started here, and remember 5 minutes, and we're good.
Okay. There was a time when a handshake meant something in an agreement. When did life get so complicated that we need 10 lawyers in a room for us to make a deal? Although we are highly remote these days, the process is still cumbersome. That's why we're making agreements simple as a handshake again, a digital handshake. My name is Anatoly. I used to be a business owner and worked in compliance and ML in a large bank. While I was there, I've seen how the industry floundered to come up with fragmented solutions for contracts, which were insecure, time-consuming, and expensive. Together with my team, we realized that there was a huge gap, and we wanted to do something about it. Setting up an efficient agreement process takes time, requires a lot of legal know-how, and is costly. Up to 5% of your total revenue is spent on managing deals. Solving the quest on your own makes you go through a lot of pain. That's why we're building Paqt, the agreement setup, negotiation, and execution platform. It's a digital handshake tool that enables the full cycle from offer to negotiation to payment. It adds the accountability layer, reduces legal risk, cuts costs, and speeds up the agreement cycle. This is our product. We want to make modern deal-making a more trustworthy and a secure space. We envision a world where agreements are simpler, horrific bureaucracy is not slowing down the good ideas, brilliant business owners and entrepreneurs who are not legal savvy are able to expedite the process of getting their business out there and make the economy move more easily. With our unique set of tools, like microagreements and signatures, it's everything you need but the lawyer, all in a user-friendly chat environment which is optimized for external communication. Blockchain, digital ID, extractable chat. With our incredible technology, you know who are you dealing with, the communication is immutable, and you're able to prove that the agreement with all of its details actually happened. We have a working MVP where you can make offers, negotiate, sign, and execute the deal all in an easy-to-use chat environment. Alternatively, you can CC a dedicated email, add a chatbot to another platform, and use Paqt solely as the added accountability layer, storing your deal-related communication. Intuitive chat that enables conversational agreements. Full agreement history extracts with all data and media. It's not only legal, but also really comfortable to use. Our product is uniquely configured to be as easy to use and as legally powerful for your deals as possible. Just imagine the flexibility. No other solution has a product architecture offering a full cycle experience built around the agreement. You might have used an e-sign tool like Adobe Sign, connected with email, ContractWorks, or just texted in WhatsApp. There are a lot of fragmented solutions which deliver only a piece of the puzzle. We have an incredible team capable of delivering amazing products. A licensed lawyer, a business expert, and a talented technologist. With the incredible support from our advisors and mentors, we were able to grow faster and in the right direction. We've validated 50 IT service providers, hundreds of face-to-face conversations. A legal firm and a vertical farming company in Toronto are interested and are ready to pay for our solution when it's live. We're also getting additional legal support from Queen's and Western University business law clinics. Our target market are export and import small and medium-sized entities, manufacturers, wholesalers, supply chain frequent deal makers. With our freemium product, we are able to achieve both a profitable model and a comfortable to use solution for our users' underlying customers. Paqt delivers $30 to $50 billion of added value annually in US only. We're planning to run a pilot projects with companies that we are in talks with, create case studies out of that, and scale this through corresponding industries via paid and organic channels. We've staged our development from a minimally sellable product to an optimal, powerful solution. We've prepared our projections and cost breakdowns, and we're able to deliver a sellable product in 3 months. We're looking for an investment of around $500,000. Thank you, and we invite you to join us on this adventure of disrupting digital agreements. Strike deals with Paqt.
Fantastic. First one under 5 minutes. Wonderful. That gives you more time for questions from the judges. So who wants to kick things off? Very interesting product.
Yeah, really interesting. So, and great presentation, by the way. And what is your revenue model? I mean, how, you know, what does it cost? What are you charging?
So we intend of having a subscription model of $5 to $10 per user per month. Alternatively, we would also have an integratable tool with marketplaces and your own platforms, which would be a separate kind of developer price based. And we're ready to explore custom solutions like white label solutions with big corporate clients to tailor the product for their needs. And it will be more like a fixed price for just implementing it for them.
So when you say $5 to $10 per user, if you're dealing with a corporate client, how do you go ahead and price that? How do you scale that?
So let's say if it's a corporate client, because we're early in our development right now, we're ready to collaborate with big customers to show that this actually works and provide more value. So we're ready to custom tailor the product for them, for their own use with a fixed amount of price. In future, when we'll roll this out, we'll charge the corporate clients a little bit higher than $10 per month per user. So just as our neighbor competition would charge, you know, for commercial SaaS products.
Okay.
Quick question. What do you think the difference is going to be? I think I saw this on one of your prepared questions. Between like, why would I use this versus HelloSign? Or is it just like, is it for somebody who's just not, like I don't have a whole contract for this thing, but I just kind of want to know that this freelancer is going to pay me what I'm going to pay this freelancer what I said I would pay them.
Totally.
Expect the customers to be, you know.
Yeah, so DocuSign, first of all, you have to integrate it with email, which automatically makes it slower. Secondly, we offer like a full cycle process, and DocuSign, eSign, Adobe Sign, they don't have KYC, so you don't know who are you dealing with, so you're lacking an essential legal element there. Moreover, you can only sign documents, like the actual PDFs or Word documents with all of those tools. You can't sign photos, videos. You can't enter into a conversational agreement, which is one of our disruptions. So you could discuss main terms just over a chat, and that's binding. That's an agreement there by its own. So maybe you don't even need to sign anything. So because of that, those are limited, fragmented pieces which we bundle, and we have a signature in chat, so it works similarly. And we just offer way more, functionality and flexibility for our customers at the end of the day.
Let me ask you this. As a contract lawyer, I'm obviously interested in hearing how you answer this. Very often in dealing with a contract, you know what your cost is and what your prices are and how many units you're delivering. But there's a lot of other content of a contract that basically is important to basically govern the relationship. What's the scope of the service? How do we resolve a dispute? A lot of different things. So if you're not talking about a templated approach where people have access to the different stuff that they need to include, how is it that two people that just want to cut some corners and get this thing done and get a deal done are going to enforce anything, are going to have any kind of ability to enforce a contract if the terms of that relationship are not well defined? So I just don't understand how you can enter into an agreement when you don't have all of the other things that the business people aren't thinking about in the agreement.
Yeah, totally. So as you know, even an oral agreement is binding if there's evidence. So technically you could enter into an agreement by just agreeing with someone that they would cut your lawn for $100. You have the proof or like some kind of evidence for that, and that would be an agreement on itself. Similarly to that, if it's a more complex, more structured agreement, you could just attach a PDF document with all of those drafted beforehand. So we're not saying that you don't need a lawyer in the end of the day, right? We're everything but the lawyer, so you need the lawyer. If you're entering into simpler agreements, it's totally enforceable. You just extract the full agreement bundle, and you just present that to small claims court or like a higher level court. Moreover, we would be creating our own arbitration system. So specifically, this would be interesting for international law where legal systems differ. You'd just be able to click a click mark, and you would be able to choose an arbitration system similar to eBay, right? As they arbitrate the trades, we'll be able to arbitrate the agreements.
Okay, so if I could just follow up with one quick comment, is that
Yep.
I think that you have your target wrong. If you're basically targeting large organizations to do this as their way of contracting, you really need to be targeting the retail market where somebody's coming over to bring an air conditioning person in to fix something, or hire a gig person or a freelancer. To talk in terms of B2B on the high corporate level, I think misses the target of what you should be thinking about.
I've stated on our targeting slide that we are actually targeting the export and import businesses, wholesalers, and the supply chain. So I totally agree that we would be targeting larger entities instead of like the small freelancer, for sure.
And how are you thinking about your cost base?
Well, we're very lean. We're able to, we have a remote team, and could you specify the question pertaining so like
even just say developing your software, developing your platform?
Yeah, totally. So I myself was involved a little bit in IT development beforehand. One of my co-founders is a full stack web developer. We know how to build agile and lean processes. We have remote teams scattered around the world, so we are able to cut costs by having a team of dedicated developers that we hire that are part of our team, but they're in a different location. That's why we're cutting the cost, just as Philip said 2 or 3 times. And we know how to do this cheap because we had our errors before.
And Anatoly, just in regards, I think you mentioned it before, but will there be an opportunity for white labeling?
Yeah, totally. Because we're just starting off, we were definitely interested in having this white label to a large commercial entity so that we could point and refer that, look, it works amazingly for them. That's why I just use our platform, and we'll do like a 1-off or 2-off white labels for them with a caveat that we could resell this as a SaaS product online. And yeah, totally.
All right. Anatoly, thank you so much. That was great.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the great questions. Thanks for having us here.
Wonderful. You got it. And right now, what we'll do, let's give the judges another couple of minutes. I'm going to be bringing up Nakia from Intriguing Hair. Nakia, are you on?
I'm here.
Okay, great. And let's get you set up, and it looks like I see your, so I see the, okay, there we go. I was seeing the opposite of, it looks like your background is actually taking the shape of your face instead of the opposite.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to turn off your, oh, there we go. It went back. It looks like you have a background image on or something.
Yeah.
And it's covering your face, but it's not a huge deal because I do see your presentation, so it looks like we're okay.
I have an unstable internet connection. Sorry.
Let's see. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way that you can remove the background, but it's all good. Let me. Okay, I can see your PowerPoint and everything, so that's good. Let me see once the judges are all finished here, and we should be all set. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Looks like we're almost ready to go. Connor's finishing up. Okay, I can see your presentation. Let me load up the stopwatch here. And again, 5 minutes. If you want to keep an eye on it, I'm going to be holding up like a 1 minute and some warnings. I don't know if you'll be able to see me on the side of the screen or not, but I'm going to try to give you some warnings as to the time limits and everything. But whenever you're ready, I'll get the clock started.
All right, I'm ready. Hello, everyone. My name is Nakia Londi, and I'm the CEO and founder of an amazing hair extension and wig company called Intriguing Hair. We aim to be the Drybar for hair extensions. Since I could remember, I've always had a passion and love for hair extensions and wigs in particular. I love that I could change up my look within a moment's notice. Now, as a purchaser of hair extensions and wigs, there were two things. One, I would have to buy the product, and then I would also have to pay to have someone install it for me. Now, when buying the product, I normally could go online, but that meant I was unable to touch or feel the product. And most of these companies were located overseas, which meant there were long processing and shipping times. Or I could go to my local beauty supply store. Now, I know that they almost always advertise their hair as 100% human, but I know that they mix it with synthetic fibers and or animal hairs, and they coat it with silicone. And once the silicone wears off, sometimes within a few hours, usually within a few days, the hair would start to swell and matte and look something like this. Now, both of these options provided a low quality product. Now, as an African-American female, when I went to go get my hair done, I would spend my entire Saturdays at the hair salon. Sometimes I would have an appointment at 8 a.m., but I wouldn't leave till 6. I just felt like I was not valued as a consumer. Another important factor to remember is that hair extensions and wigs is considered advanced training. It's normally not taught in cosmetology school, which meant that the individual installing it, sometimes their skill set didn't match my expectations. And then finally, most salons have the open salon concept. And if I had a hair loss issue, I would be in the view of other clients in the public, and I probably wouldn't like that. Now, this is why we exist. We are Intriguing Hair. We are your one-stop solution to purchase high-quality hair extensions, hair pieces, and wigs, and have them custom colored and installed by certified hair extension specialists, resulting in the most realistic and undetectable hair pieces available on the market today. Now, you can go online and purchase our products. You can go to our retail location, and we more recently added a delivery service as well. So this is my team of certified hair extension specialists. I've been importing hair from Asia for about 17 years, first for my own personal use, then for my friends and family, and then for other hairstylists and salon owners, and that gave me the idea to start up Intriguing Hair. These are my two advisors. I'm in an accelerated program called Stoddard Mentors, and basically what they do is they invest in minority-owned businesses that want to reach the $1 million mark, and that's my main goal. Our target market is African-American women. I knew that 6 out of 10 wore some type of hair extensions, wigs, or hair pieces, and African-American women spend about $7.5 billion annually with the hair industry, and that's 80% more than the general market. Our other target consumer for expansion is women from all ethnic backgrounds who can have their hair loss purchase reimbursed through their health insurance company. It's a much smaller market. It's about 346 million, but they purchase at much higher price points, about $3,000 per year. The common psychographic link between both groups is the ability of the aesthetic aid to help both groups look their best and consequently feel their best to exude confidence. So the overall hair extension market is expected to grow about 13% through 2026, whereas the overall hair care market is only going to grow about 3%. This is how we're making money today. There are people that just come to us to buy hair extensions. They have their hairstylist that they've been going to for years, and that's perfectly fine. They're going to spend about $230 with us. Then there's that person that wants the high quality hair extensions and have it installed by a certified hair extension specialist. They're going to spend $425. And then we have that hair loss consumer that's going to come and purchase a wig and have it installed. They're going to spend about $3,000. This is our traction year to date, how many customers we have, the revenue we made, and the amount of profits. And this is how we compare to our competitors. So you can purchase our hair pieces and wigs online. You can go to our retail location. We sell hair extensions, we sell wigs, and we can also install them. So we check off all boxes when we compare them to our competitors. And if you can, follow us at Intriguing Hair on Facebook and all social media channels.
All right, well done. Well done, under 5 minutes. Fantastic pitch. Let's open it up for questions from our judges.
I guess I'll start. I happen to know a little bit about this marketplace, and I'm just curious, with your product and the installation of it, how often do you have to go back and have it either reconditioned or taken out and put back in? Like what? It's $325 roughly per session, but how many sessions per year are there?
On average, well, it depends on the type of product. So for most people, they come for hair extensions every 2 months. And then depending on their hair type, they might come every 6 weeks. Sorry. And then, the wig installations, they come more. If someone has hair loss, because of the way it's installed, depending on how it's installed, they might come every 2 weeks. It depends, but they're not paying $3,000 every time. Each time they come, they might pay $150.
Okay. Let me just ask one more follow-up before, I'm sorry. So the one thing I'm really curious about is, oh, shit, I lost my train of thought. Someone else asked a question, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Nakia, first of all, great pitch. Really curious. Now, you showed increasing revenues each year. So, are you getting an increased revenue per user each year as that's going up as well? Or are you relying on more and more users?
Well, when we initially started, I wasn't focused on the hair loss consumer, but since we added that, their revenue is much more. So that's really where my focus has been, because they purchase at much higher price points. So our focus to growth is I really want to become an accredited durable medical equipment supplier for insurance companies. So that's what I'm working on now, just to kind of focus on more getting the hair loss consumer, because they do purchase at much higher price points.
And what's your projected revenue this year?
500,000.
You want to go back to your revenue slide real quick too?
Mm-hmm.
And what's your margin?
So it varies. So it depends on the cost that we purchase the products at. Can be anywhere from $65 to $300. So at the low end, depending on the type of product that they buy, on average, I'll say we make about $100 per customer for the hair extensions. Then obviously for the wig customer, it's much more.
So you're really relying on a greater and greater customer base for your growth, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nikki, you talked about the problems that are being the sort of the pain points in the market at the moment. With your offering, apart from being a one-stop shop, how is it that you're solving each of these issues? Like, why would people come? What makes you sort of better, quicker, more efficient?
Well, I would say that I'm all about quality. So right now, I would say the industry, there's a lot of people that sell hair extensions, but there's a lot of, it's not 100% human hair. They usually mix it with synthetic fibers and or animal hairs. So I'm about 100% human hair, which is very lacking in the market because a lot of times people can advertise that and sometimes even the consumers don't know the difference. And we're about giving not that long process waiting. So if you did purchase on our website by 2:00 Monday through Friday, it's going to be shipped out the same day, and it's only 2 to 3 days before you receive it. So it's about fast quality product, which I feel like is lacking in my industry in particular.
And
can I just say, oh, sorry.
Oh, was that Michael?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Michael. Nikia, just in regards to the business today, you had mentioned you had a retail shop. Where is that located?
That's in Boston.
Nice. And going forward, what percent of your revenue is coming from online? What percent was coming from in-store? I guess pre-COVID, and what do you think it will be going forward?
Pre-COVID, I would say 70% of our business was in store, and then 30% was online. And that was just maybe because we were not really advertising, but right now, because of the COVID issue, we're trying to push our online marketing. So right now, obviously, it's at 100%. But we're looking to at least make online about 60% and in-store about 40%.
Gotcha.
My question that I just remembered was that, your entire discussion was talking about B2C, selling the hair directly to end users. And it's always a very heavy lift to drive user adoption through online means without a lot of money. Mm-hmm. But have you paid any attention at all to the B2B market? Because I know a lot of salons see this as a high margin service that they're really starting to bring into a lot of different salons. What is your strategy, if any, to basically be the sole supplier of hair extensions to salons?
Well, we do sell to hair salons right now. One of the problems, and I'm trying to figure out a way to figure it out, is that what happens is that stylists think that we might take their customers because we also do the services and we have actual qualified extension specialists. So that's the issue that we run into, that, they feel like they send their customers to us, then, we might be taking business away from them. But one of our competitors, Maven Hair, that's basically what they only focus on, really, the hairstylists, where I feel like the biggest bang for our buck is going to be the hair loss consumer.
I have a question about basically comparing this to Drybar. I'm a huge Drybar fan, and I can't believe how well they've been able to replicate the type of blowout you can get from one salon to the other. I've been to several of them, all here in New York. So is that something you see for when you think about, I know right now you're focused on online sales, which is great. I think that this time could actually be good for you in that sense, that you'll get really, really good at that. And then you can go back to the store when the store is open. But is that something you're focused on, is okay, how can we train people so that when you do open a second location, they're getting the same experience at both?
Yeah, I do hair extensions classes for, I do travel already to different salons and across the United States to teach how to do hair extensions the correct way. That was my main goal, is basically to become that one-stop solution for where, similar to Drybar, where they just go for blow dries, or people that can just come for hair extensions, and that's, they feel comfortable. And it's not just for fashion, but the hair loss consumer with the wigs, that's where they want to go. So that was my intent when I first started my company. And I do plan to figure that out at some point.
Okay. Thank you so much. That was amazing.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for the questions, judges. Nikki, if you don't mind sharing your screen. Oh, you already did. Fantastic. Thank you so much. We'll give the judges a few moments here to put in their scores. And in the meantime, I'm going to bring up our next finalist, Morgan, from NOICE. Morgan, are you on?
I'm on. Hello.
Hey, Morgan. What are we on here? How are you?
I'm great.
Oh, you're already sharing your screen. Oh, fantastic. Okay, you're on.
Too soon.
No, you're on the ball. This is wonderful. Okay, and you're calling in from France, right?
I am.
Amazing. I'm glad it's very late there, right?
It is. I could have shown the lights of the city like Philip, but actually I'm in the countryside, so we can't see anything.
Okay, oh good. Well, I'm excited for your pitch. It looks like all the scores are pretty much in here. So let me get the stopwatch set up, and we are, okay, we're ready when you are.
Awesome. So hello everyone, my name is Morgan and I'm the co-founder and CEO of NOICE. So what do you do every morning and every night? The picture speaks for itself. You brush your teeth. So let me ask you 3 quick questions. Do you really know what is in your toothpaste? Not sure, right? And that's why we created NOICE, a natural and organic formula that has nothing to hide. Secondly, did you know that billions of plastic tubes end up in the landfill yearly when it's not in the sea? It's terrible. And this is why we made NOICE refillable and zero waste. And finally, for the one that I've tried, do you find natural or zero waste toothpaste fresh? The usual answer to that is not that much. And this is why we spent 2 years researching on the perfect toothpaste formula that will taste great and fresh. And it's not only me saying. AK from New York has totally fallen in love with NOICE. Laura from Chicago says it tastes really good. And Andrea from Montreal says it's the most chic toothpaste to ever be on a bathroom counter. So let me introduce you to NOICE, the world's first organic and zero waste toothpaste gel subscription for just $6 a month. With NOICE, we create a world where having a positive impact is as easy as brushing our teeth. And actually everyone uses toothpaste. And toothpaste is in fact the most used personal care product daily. So the market is huge, as you can see. Huge and complex, I'm aware. We have the natural brands, but with actually blurred information on the ingredients they use. We have the premium brands, where a tube can cost up to $14 a month. We have the lab brands, very confidential and exclusive. And the zero waste heroes that I admire, but that are just missing on the customer experience. And NOICE has it all. We are organic certified and formulated with high quality ingredients. Our subscription model is affordable and convenient, delivered right at your doorstep. And we offer the best in-mouth experience with a fresh taste. And so to bring NOICE to the market, we will focus on 2 channels. The first one, it's a direct-to-consumer approach, subscription-based, even more relevant in today's event. So it's super easy. Go online on noicecare.com, subscribe to your toothpaste. At your first purchase, you receive a bottle, and then we send you refills quarterly, automatically, at your doorstep. And those refills are compostable. So our brand and product showed tremendous traction in the past 4 months with successful crowdfunding campaign, with over 730 customers up to date. And those customers come mainly from the US and the UK. And our projection brings us to 200,000 brushes by 2022. And it's just the beginning. So we focus on 2 cities, London and New York, to establish NOICE really as the sustainable oral care brand reference. And we are doing so by building and leveraging on our community with first PR to raise awareness, with cheesy video content. You have to see the one of my co-founder naked that just stick in your mind. Activation through educational content that we create with our influencers. Conversion, of course, through targeted performance marketing. Retention with our model, the subscription and our great product. And a referral program to close the loop and advocate our community. So this is for the direct-to-consumer approach. We also address B2B opportunities, actually, with e-retailers and distributors, the booming market also of the refill shop, and targeting the hotel industry committed to fight against this plastic waste issue. And here again, our brand and product receive tremendous traction. NOICE is going to be the first toothpaste to be sold on Loop platform in the US and the UK. The biggest refill shop in New York just placed its order. And the hotel group Six Senses came to us to run a pilot trial offering NOICE experience to their guests. So that's awesome. And this is only possible thanks to our strong team. So let me introduce you to Clément with an engineer background, focusing on innovation and business strategy. Myself, strong of 5 years in advertising and working for luxury brands. Max, recruitment and growth expert. Valérian, corporate finance guru. And Adam, that worked with the UN, that is expert in content and branding. And today we are raising a seed round of 600K to execute our marketing and sales plan, launch the production at scales, and recruit talents. And tomorrow we'll scale to 20 million annual recurring revenue with a Series A. So thank you very much, and join us to clean up the planet and all the teeth in it.
Perfect. Right on 5 minutes. That was perfect timing. And I will say that, I mean, when we were doing our due diligence, the video with her co-founder is really funny if you guys want to check it out on their website. But I'll open it up to the judges for some questions here.
Yeah, and just to kind of go off that video, which is absolutely hilarious, your guys' branding is excellent. Are you currently working with an agency? I saw a lot of people on the team have some brand and ad experience, or is this all in-house?
We do everything in-house for now. We did work with partners for this video, for instance, with friends actually that own small production studios that help us refine the scenarios and shooting. So with someone that is skilled in shooting. But so far we do everything in-house, and this is why Adam, on the last person of the slide team, joined us as an advisor. And is really expert in content and brand building, working with the biggest brands in the world, MTV, but also the UN and so on, that is on board to really create those kind of content. And we generate ideas all together, yeah.
Gotcha, love it.
Thank you.
Sorry, question. Your price point is obviously higher than what people spend at the moment, what the majority, say, of the market spend on, say, Colgate or one of the established brands. How are you thinking about competing with those? Because obviously there's also an educational element involved with your product. You needing to educate people on why they would want this.
Definitely. So to a very regular Colgate on the market, like the first price on the shelf, we cannot compete because this is around $3, so we are twice the price. However, compared to the natural brands, even the one from Colgate natural product or Sensodyne, for instance, we price actually a little lower. They are, we did an average and they are around 6.12, where we will be at 6 with the subscription. To answer your question, we are fighting with big guys, sorry. A little bad too, but big ones, yeah. And we aim to overpass this by 2 elements. Our branding, obviously, and we're really answering a need on the market and in the millennials community today that is tired of buying Colgate. A few alternatives are available. Available in terms of price, because all the other zero-waste toothpaste are priced much higher, or available in terms of convenience, like not delivered at your doorstep, so you have to go to a special store or something like that to get your toothpaste. And accessible because of our taste. It's a gel, it tastes very good. We did send samples to 100 influencers for our crowdfunding campaigns. 80% of them did feedback positively and post a review on their social media for free about the taste. And my co-founder Clément used to work in the wine industry before. He has a very delicate palate, I would say. And this is also why we spent 2 years researching to reach this taste that is so particular, but still fresh, and where you feel clean, that you get hooked to it.
What's your cost to produce this, and what's your cost to ship?
The cost to produce a bottle of toothpaste?
Yes.
So the cost to produce a bottle of toothpaste is 1.6 US.
Okay.
And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, and the cost to ship, this is a harder question right now because we're looking at bringing stocks, but it will represent around $3. for a whole pack, a pack being 3 bottles.
You said your target markets initially are London and New York. Do you have a local presence in those places to cut down on the shipping and to, basically be, it sounds like you're a French-based company, no? Am I wrong?
So it's a weird story about that. I'm French. We used to be based in Singapore. This is where we started our business. The crowdfunding campaign showed us that our key markets were actually UK, US. So we are in the means to be relocated there. This being said, we aim in our long-term vision for sustainability purpose to localize our production. Right now, our production is, yes, localized in Asia. In terms of the price of the shipping, what costs the most is not, and this is a bit crazy about the world we're living in, but it's not bringing our stock from Asia to US or UK, it's actually the fulfillment within the country. So what we are looking at in the long term is actually more to own our own fulfillment house. Also in terms of expansion, we are looking at adding more product range linked to the same dynamics, so we can raise the basket average price and own our own fulfillment facilities in a sense to gain agility and also launch more social program. This is long-term vision.
All right, thank you so much, Morgan. Very nicely done, nicely done. That was great.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. We'll give it a couple minutes here as our judges tally up their scores. Also, I want to make sure for those coming in late, if you guys haven't been to one of our events or anything before, we do a bunch of virtual events for entrepreneurs and startups, and our bigger vision is building a large social network and really the future of work platform for everyone who's starting companies or being a freelancer, an entrepreneur, can find co-founders, developers, investors, mentors, all of these things easier and faster through our app. So I'm going to drop a link in the chat for everyone. We're getting people in the app early access right now for those already in our community and people just coming out to our events. If you click on this link that I just dropped in there, if you click on that link and you're on your desktop, it's going to take you to our website. So if you're on mobile and you click it, it's going to go right to either the Android or the iOS store. If you guys need help getting access to the app, you should be able to just type in Entre right on the App Store. If you're on the iPhone, Android's a little bit more complicated, so we can drop in these links directly to the app stores if you guys want, or feel free to just shoot me a personal message, and more than happy to send you guys a link to that as well. And without further ado, I think the judges should be wrapping up here and their scores. All right, and we're going to bring up our last finalist, our last startup of the night. Oh, we got the lights flickering here. It's almost that time. So we have Robert from Terro. Are you on, Robert?
Yes, I am.
Welcome. I'm super excited for your pitch, and if you want to share your screen, and we can kick things off here.
Absolutely.
All right, I see it, and I can hear you, and I think we're good. So whenever you're ready, I'll start the timer.
Sounds great. Are you tired of sending your food waste to landfill and polluting our environment? Well, I am. Hi, my name is Robert. I'm the CEO and founder of Terro. When I visited my uncle's dairy farm in China in 2018, I was shocked to see buckets and buckets of excess milk sitting in his farm. He was really frustrated, and he asked me to help him find a solution to distribute all these excess milk. That was when I was exposed to milk waste, to food waste, and the impact of climate change. In fact, 1/3 of the food around the world goes to waste every single year, and that creates 3.3 billion tons of greenhouse gases. Amongst that, 128 million tons of milk are being dumped. Food waste is a century-old problem, but there hasn't been a sustainable or affordable solution until now. My company, Terro, is the world's only biotechnology company that rescues food waste and re-engineers it into sustainable fibers. What do I mean by that? First, we use our patent-pending process called Paqt to extract the bad casein protein from these bacteria-grown, expired, spoiled milk. Then we use another patent pending process called Siri to remove the bacteria from these bad casein and turns it into good casein protein that can essentially be made into food again to reduce hunger in the world. But we don't want to stop there. We created DFS, in which we use the good casein protein and spin it into fiber that I'm holding up right now. Currently, there are two types of fibers in the world, petroleum-based and plant-based. We are creating a third type, which is protein-based made from food waste. Our fibers can apply to apparel, like the one I'm wearing right now, medical appliances like face masks, bed lining, and food packaging. Our goal is to replace petroleum materials with protein-based materials made from food waste. We are redefining circular economy in which everything begins with food waste. We can create sustainable byproduct from it, and at the end of the cycle, it can be recycled or biodegradable. We began as a B2C brand to validate our market, in which we generated over $100,000 in online sales to 20 countries around the world from our milk shirts. This year, we're expanding to our B2B part of business to supply our fiber. And in stage 3, we plan to license our technology to bigger companies so companies around the world can use our technology. We're looking at a very big market in which the textile industry is $1.3 trillion globally and $15 billion in the US, and the food waste industry is $1 trillion globally and $27.5 billion in the US. We have 30 years of supply chain management relationship. We have filed 2 patents, and we plan to file 4 more invention patents later this year. We're currently participating in Dairy Farmers of America Accelerator, which is the biggest raw milk supplier in the world, and we're partnering with Danone, Nestle, and General Mills to help them rescue and recover these milk waste. Our fiber is cheaper, it's biodegradable, and uses 60% less water compared to organic cotton. We have won several prestigious awards, one of them being the World Cup, Startup World Cup Chicago Regional, which is the biggest startup competition in the world. Because of our unique technology, Nike has purchased our product and fiber to run our testing. We have also signed LOI with H&M, Ralph Lauren, and Richemont. We are securing our upstream resource as well with DFA and other food processors that I mentioned earlier. We have been featured in several well-recognized publications such as Forbes, Business Insider, and China's Central Television, which broadcasts to 1 billion viewers worldwide, and that helped us to gain momentum and exposure to launch our product in China next month. Our primary competitor is a German company called Q Milk. They blend acrylic with fresh milk. Acrylic itself is a harmful petroleum-based materials. So their process is costly and not eco-friendly. Whereas for Terro, our process involves 0 petroleum chemical. It's cheaper than modal and cotton, and it's 100% biodegradable. We have a team that generates results. I have started 3 companies with 2 successful acquisitions. We have a team of PhD material scientists, chemists, and marketing experts. 50% of our team members are female, so we highly value diversity in our team. As for our future plan, we are testing on a separate technology that can turn whey, which is the byproduct of yogurt and cheese, into food packaging film to replace plastic. We're also working on turning vegan milk into sustainable fibers. Social impact is at the core of our business. We want to help our struggling farmers by open sourcing our process. We want to rescue food waste and turn it into good food that can feed hunger in the world. We are partnering with Eden Reforestation Project to plant 15 trees for every product we sell, and we are partnering with Operation Food Search to donate free meals to children that are in hunger for every product we sell. We are raising $800K on a safe note that will help us to remodel our current R&D facility in Shanghai, China, and to develop more products. That will also help us to recruit talent and to launch our commercial pilot. Thanks to our innovative technology, food waste can now be re-engineered to replace petroleum-based materials. Welcome to the future. The next time you see food waste, don't cry over it, just wear it. Thank you.
Fantastic, Robert. I love the tagline. I love the tagline too. All right, let's jump into questions here from the judges.
Can you tell us a little bit about, I know it's patent pending, but just like a little bit about the process of how this actually works?
Absolutely. And it's all explained right here. So there are basically 3 steps, and each step we have a patent that will protect the technology. First, we have to extract the bad casein protein from bacterial grown excess milk or other type of food. And once we have the bad casein protein, we have to purify it for it to become the good casein protein. And once we have a good casein protein, it can be spun through wet spinning technology to the fiber that I'm holding up right now.
What is your current, do you have current sales?
Yeah, we sold over $100,000 in 9 months through online sales.
And what other products besides t-shirts are you currently producing?
So we made t-shirt, and we also made a male boxer made from milk waste as well.
Okay.
And Robert, just in regards to the throughput of your facility, how much can you produce in a month, a quarter, et cetera?
With current capacity, we can produce about a ton a month.
I have 2 questions about the logistics. So the first question is, in terms of sourcing the spoiled food, did the farmers or the dairies receive any financial benefit in any way by providing this, or is it purely for social purpose? Let me ask that first.
We are helping them reducing their operation costs from reducing all this milk waste. In fact, I have spoken with one of the Nestle's factory manager. They have 1 million liters of milk waste every single year and have to spend millions of dollars just to get rid of it. So that is one thing in their operation cost. And second thing is that we are creating products that can use for their purpose. For example, I mentioned we're turning whey, which is the byproduct of yogurt and cheese, into food packaging film. So that can directly be done at Shabani's or at Dano's factory. So that helped out as well.
Okay, so you can deploy your sort of operation at the actual source of where the product is, where the supply chain is, or does it have to come centrally to your facility first before it goes back out?
I would say, I mentioned that in stage 2, we are supplying our fiber. So in stage 2, it comes to our facility. But in stage 3, where we license our technology, that can be deployed in their local facility.
Okay.
And what's your pricing like? So compared to other materials that are currently being used in the market?
Mm-hmm. So our price for the newer version of fiber we're working on will be lower than modal or organic cotton.
And what's your margin?
Margins for a retail is 75 to 80%, for wholesale is 50%.
And are you focusing on particular, I mean, you've mentioned several different products. Are you currently focused on scaling up on sort of, is it all of these or a handful of them?
So we are focusing mainly on the textile right now, where we supply to fashion companies, for also medical appliance company like face masks we're wearing, which will become a trend, and also bed sheets that our fiber can also apply to. And a separate technology, which the food packaging film, that will be supplying to food packaging companies in Q2 or Q3 of next year.
What's your worldwide distribution plan?
So we are launching in China in 1 month, and that will be mainly for the shirt first, instead of supplying the fiber. And currently our supply chain is in China, but we are planning to move that to the US in Q1 of next year to be near our upstream resource.
What city are you thinking about?
So we're discussing with DFA, perhaps Kansas, perhaps St. Louis, even California. So somewhere that we can be closer to the upstream resource.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And Robert, just in regards to the raw materials that you produce from the facility, would you ever give them across to, let's say, Gap or somebody in the industry?
Yeah, that's the goal. We want to become a supplier to these bigger brands to help them make a transition. It's hard for us to build and become a well-recognized, influential B2C brand every day. So we realize that become a supplier is the best way.
All right. Thank you, Robert, so much. It's amazing. Love it. We'll give the judges a few moments here to tally up their scores. I'm going to be checking in here. We've been tallying up kind of the whole way here, and we're going to be announcing the winner here momentarily. So someone's about to get $1,000. I want to open up a poll here real quick for everyone. So the winner is going to be determined by the judges, but I do want to see what company you guys like the best. So we'll do like an audience poll. And who do you think should get the $1,000? And we are going to see what the crowd thinks, and then what the judges have decided. And what we're doing is the top 3 contestants all get prizes. So the winner gets $1,000. Second place is getting the $500 credit for software app development with Ideamotive. Third place is getting free legal help with our partner Fourscore Law. So everyone's winning here. Also, what we wanted to do for all the contestants, since we really loved everyone's pitches and we want to help all these startups, we're giving all the contestants a free membership to Entre Pro. So they'll be able to come to all of our events now for free. So whether they're online or in person, they'll have access to any of our events. And I'm going to have Sandy from our team reach out to you guys after this, and we'll be able to get you guys all set up. All right, let's see. I'm picking doing the poll right now, so bear with me for a minute, and then we're going to tally up the scores here. Okay, so you guys should be able to see it at the bottom of your screen here in a second, and you can vote on them. Let's see. Okay, I just launched the poll. So if you guys look on the bottom here, you guys should be able to vote to see who do you think should get the $1,000. And we'll let it go for like a minute or so. And let's see who you guys think the winner should be. Tally up these scores. All right. All right. Interesting pool here. Okay, the judges' scores are in. If you guys want, it looks like most of you guys have all voted. We're up to like 70 votes now. This is going to be really interesting. And we're going to start with the third place and go up to second and third, or first, sorry. Okay, so let's start with the user or the attendee poll here. So in first place with the attendee poll, we have me, Terro, with 27 votes. So 36% of you, it's pretty even, but 36% of you thought me, Terro was the best. Then we have NOICE coming in second, and Intriguing Hair coming in third. Then Paqt Eat to Explore, and RoboDuels. So very tight race though. I think everyone was very even. I thought everyone did a fantastic job. And all right, without further ado, let's get into our third place. So in the judges' results, I can share these with everybody. So here's the attendee results. With the judges' scores coming in, we actually had a tie for third place. So with this, I'll talk to the people at Fourscore Law. I'm sure that they're more than happy to give. I don't know if we have them still on here, if they're watching. I think it looks like maybe Ben is on. I'm not sure if the Fourscore Law guys are still on, but I'm sure they'll be more than happy to give both of our third place contestants, a free legal help. So in third place, we have a tie, Intriguing Hair and Paqt. So congratulations to you guys. Amazing job, amazing pitches. Let's give them some shout outs in the, okay, Jesse from Fourscore just said they'll cover both. So thank you guys so much. Let's give them some emojis and some congratulations in the chat. And for second place, we have NOICE Care. Great job. Fantastic company. Cool idea with the toothpaste. I mean, I've been buying natural toothpaste for like the last year because it just like you don't know what you're getting in these other ones. So I'm all for what they're doing. And without further ado, the winner is Terro. So congratulations, Robert. Wonderful pitch, wonderful job. It's actually hilarious because our attendees and everyone watching picked basically the exact same companies to win first, second, third. So congratulations to Robert, Terro, and really everyone who was a part of this. We hope that you guys really enjoyed it. We hope that you enjoyed pitching, practicing, getting feedback from the judges. I'm sure they're more than happy to connect with you guys after the event. There's definitely some people that we think that we can introduce you guys to as well to help you extend your companies and grow your companies. So thank you guys all for being a part of this. We're still going to continue on with some networking, but judges, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. If there's any final things that you guys want to say, where people can find you, if you want to drop in your emails or whatever, that's totally cool. But thank you guys so much for being a part of this, and we'll let the judges say any final words if they want.
I would just like to say that if anybody wants to reach me and get a feel for Westchester Angels, it's that simple, westchesterangels.com. We basically have resources for the companies and for the Angels. So take a look at our community, and I hope to see some of you join us. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
And guys, I just want to say, everybody that pitched, awesome job. I'm going to drop my email down below if anybody would love to connect. Mike, thank you. Thank you to the Entre team. Also be in touch with you as well. So I'm going to post that email, and best of luck to everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm, go ahead, Connor.
I'm done.
Okay. Just everybody pitched your heart out. You guys just did a great job. Really, really interesting products. As far as connection, I'm going to drop my email down below as well. And I encourage anybody to reach out. I'd love to spend some time with each and every one of you and learn more about your product and see how I can help you. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Connor. Thanks, Michael. Allison.
Thanks for having me. This was really fun, and congratulations to everybody.
Yeah, well done to everyone. Some really good pitches, and it was really, really good to be involved. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. That pretty much does it for the pitches. Thank you, judges. If you want to stay on for networking and meet some of the attendees, fantastic. We'd love that. We don't want to take up much more of your time though. So thank you so much for being a part of this. We really appreciated it.